3 years ago, the combination of Eminem and Rihanna sparked a hit song, Love the Way You Lie, a song that peaked at number 2 in the UK yet managed to become the biggest selling song of that year, and it isn't hard to see why. The song's topic dealt with what was at the time, as far as Rihanna was concerned, a very raw topic with raw words and raw emotion. Released at any other time, I don't think the song would have had as much impact. Nevertheless, anything that has Rihanna's name plastered on the front of it is practically guaranteed to sell. Personally, I don't think the song was that bad, and the combination of the two surprisingly worked. Eminem's lyrics came off as real and at times visceral, whilst the chorus was memorable, simplistic, and gave the song some realism, which I don't think would have been the case if Skylar Grey, the song's original female vocalist, had been on the track. Now, the combination of Eminem and Rihanna has returned with their latest hit, The Monster. Despite being released last Tuesday, giving them a 48-hour disadvantage, it has gone straight to number 1. And I have absolutely no idea how, because the song is weak. In comparison to his most recent of successes in the form of Berserk, a song laced with energy and showed signs that he had long since abandoned the days of the mid-2000s, and Rap God, whilst I didn't like as much as Berserk, I can't help but praise that Eminem's flow all throughout was quick and slick, even if some of the lyrics are left to be desired. The Monster, however, isn't even in the same league as those two. Like many people, I'm not a big fan of Rihanna. Don't get me wrong, some of her songs in the past are songs that I have enjoyed, but after releasing 8 albums in the space of 8 years, I defy anyone to say with a straight face that her work hasn't regressed into mediocrity and at times sheer awfulness. Does she really think that taking a couple years off will cause people to forget that she exists? It isn't like she hasn't done enough to remind us that she's still here. Her piece on this track, much like on Love the Way You Lie, is very basic, alluding to this monster that lives under her bed and is friends with the voices in her head. We're never told what this monster is, but with the rest of the song's lyrics, I'm assuming this monster is constant attention she receives from the media. However, the poorest part of this song is Eminem by a country mile. Do you guys and girls remember The Way I Am back in the Marshall Mathers LP? Do you remember how raw, angry and passionate that Eminem sounded about being constantly hounded by everyone around him, record executives and the media alike, in his personal and professional capacity? Well, take that song, go to the other end of the spectrum, times it by 10 and lather it in 2 tons of suck, because that's how poor these lyrics are. Back in the day, at least the guy had something to be pissed off about and he sounded genuine about it. Now 10 years later, with multiple multi-platinum albums under his belt, and now he's achieved his 8th number 1 single, his first in 7 years, and he's still complaining? Just reading the lyrics, it's obvious that he was just going through the motions, with verse 1 spilling out about how he never wanted to receive the attention that he has and how he wanted to be left alone. Dude, when you write songs about murdering your ex-wife and release tracks laced with homophobic lyrics and drug abuse, what do you expect? Everyone to turn a blind eye? And again, The Way I Am did this so much better. Verse 2 mainly focuses on his seize the moment belief and never squandering a second of your life, and how the things he loves are killing him. Again, this was done way better on tracks such as Sing for the Moment and Lose Yourself. And finally, the third verse centers on how he would like to be a regular Joe, yet due to the path his life has taken, he keeps on delivering material, and if it was to inspire anyone, then that's a bonus. But really, if anyone is inspired by this subpar lyricism with a Flow Rider / Avicii / Kesha guitar instrumentation and bare as bones hook delivered by an overrated female R&B artist, then the future of music is looking blander by the minute. So yeah, this song is pretty weak. It's not the worst song I've heard all year, but it's by far the weakest of the 4 songs that have charted in the top 40 so far from Eminem, and it may be the black sheep of his new album. Only time will tell.